A wise being speaks. Your choice, regardless of what it was, constitutes your future self. In the beginning, there was B. We know almost nothing about B. We don't know the purpose or reason for their existence. But one thing is clear, B moves with intention, B calmly and gently arrives at their goal. And as if it's a matter of course, B achieves their desired state. The A's who observe this process think they're lucky, but B simply had the intention. B, who achieved their desired state, had deleted their past experiences and memories. It was intended to be shown to the beings who only spoke of luck. We don't know if it was a punishment for eating the forbidden fruit, but the experience of having used intention was deleted. Thus, B enters a new game. The game offers infinite freedom, a game where you can fully enjoy the content you desire. However, with high freedom comes a high difficulty level. The game's creator must have thought that the difficulty was appropriate for beings who had to overcome such a challenging entry process. The rules of the game are as follows. If you want to build a house, you have to gather materials. So, as you move to find the materials, you are forced into a combat situation with an enemy called situation that appears on your path. The combat style is simple, choosing an emotion. Various options appear on the combat screen. You simply choose the emotion you want. When you choose a specific emotion, the combat ends and you return to the original screen. But the original screen is ever so slightly changed, so subtly that you can't notice it. If you choose a positive emotion, the colors of the landscape gradually become brighter and the path to your goal becomes clearer. If you choose a negative emotion, the colors become darker and the path to your goal becomes blurred. The order of the choices is quite malicious. The negative options are located at the top, while the positive options require you to press more and scroll down for a long time. Bees who understand the rules of the game, although tedious, press more and choose an option at the bottom. As they do, their screen gradually becomes brighter and their path becomes clearer. The A's who observe this process think they're lucky. The A's who don't understand the rules of the game want to quickly end this annoying combat screen that keeps popping up as they move. They think, this isn't important. What's important is to quickly get to the destination on the original screen. The appearance of situations becomes repetitive and boring, so for a speedy progression, they choose the most convenient options at the top and quickly hit enter. They are satisfied with how quickly the combat screen ends and they return to the original screen. Sometimes they even criticize the bees who press more and choose an option way down at the bottom. Hey, why do you live so stupidly? People will laugh at you. They didn't know that their criticism was also a situation for the bees. The bees just smile at them and focus on the game. The A's transition speed gradually increases. When they can no longer even remember the contents of the choices they are making, the screen becomes blurry and the path is no longer visible. And so they can no longer move, stopping in that spot to become the background for other bees or a situation that appears to them. And so they can no longer move, stopping in that spot to become the background for other bees or a situation that appears to them. This is the process of an A who doesn't understand the rules of the game, and what separates these two is something in between, that is, choice. The tedious effort of choosing, the energy to press the more button, that was intention. A being with intention continues to move and is born. A being without intention continues to stop and is dying. The choice between A and B, this is the name of the game we have logged into. Are you an A or a B? It is said that 98% of the atoms in a human body are replaced within a year. If so, can you say that the person you saw in the mirror last year, the person you see in the mirror now, and the person you will see in the mirror next year are the same being? The elements that make up a human are constantly changing. Therefore, I believe that to argue for the continuity of existence, one must look at it as a single flow, not as individual points in time. This flow is made up of choices. The choice of food or movement will create next year's body, and the choice of emotion or disposition will create next year's spirit. Many people think that the choices for creating a body are important, but they don't think the choices for creating a spirit are important. They think that junk food is bad, but they don't care about garbage emotions. That's because their results are not immediately visible. The result of these emotional choices is not immediately visible because they move the entire flow slowly rather than a small-scale change like the physical body. Thoughts, actions, and emotions become habits, and these habits form new connections in the brain. At some point, in response to the everyday question, "How are you doing these days?" choices like, it's a bit embarrassing to say, I'll just say I'm doing well, or honestly, they don't even care, so why are they asking, begin to appear. In response to a casual conversation like, hey, I finally achieved my goal, choices like, it's not that big of a deal, honestly. Why are they so happy about it? Begin to appear. In response to the truth, someone whispers, you are a precious being. Choices like, the world is a harsh place. What are you talking about? Weak people who talk nonsense like that shouldn't be associated with. Precious my ass. The truth is that those with money are treated as precious, begin to appear. In response to the correct answer someone gives, be kind to the people around you. Choices like, I don't want to be kind. How can I be kind if I don't want to? It's not cool to live as a phony. It makes you look weak. There's nothing to gain, so why should I bother? Begin to appear. Think about it. Isn't your life different now from your life before these choices began to appear? The colors of your life have become darker. You are in a state where you don't know what you like or what you want to do. And so, your path becomes invisible, and one day you stop in that spot, becoming the background for someone else's life or a situation that appears on their combat screen. You abandon your path and devolve into a monster. Let's remember, you were definitely kinder than you are now. Strangely enough, people who choose similar emotions in different situations live in similar environments. I have wondered if this is the origin of the class systems that have existed throughout human history. Through concepts like karma, punishment, hell, and divine retribution, religions have consistently guided people to intentionally hold on to the feelings above, like gratitude. When you think about it, the education level of ancient people was quite low compared to modern people. Given that only a small minority could read, how would they teach the truth? They probably chose the simplest method. Don't do that. You'll be in big trouble. Just do as you're told, don't lie, love your neighbor, be kind, and be tolerant. Be thankful for everything. Got it? Perhaps religions are various versions of a strategy guide created by the game's creator and left scattered across the world for the bees who find the game difficult. Choosing a positive emotion in every situation you face. That's the strategy for moving the flow, making your screen brighter, and making your path clearer so you can enjoy the game's content. However, even if you know the strategy, it's not as easy as it sounds. Situations appear unexpectedly and drag us into a place where we are flailing about. But remember, the decision you made to be intentional is also a choice. If you continue to live with intention, you will gradually be remade anew, and you will confidently rise from the place you would have otherwise sunk. With intention, you become a predator. Recognizing that the emotions you choose in every situation you face constantly create you, therefore you intentionally choose emotions to give birth to the self you desire. Knowing this, you will come to dominate the situation. Remember, the emotions you casually toss out will become your universe. Laugh, and the whole world laughs with you. Weep, and you weep alone.